Hello again and welcome to another Mordy and Glory Warhammer 40k video. In today's video, I want to have a little bit of a chit, and dare I say chat, about tournaments. Specifically, I want to share just a small piece of advice, a little pearl of wisdom for all of you guys and girls out there who are thinking of going to your first ever tournament. Now, this is going to be focused on Warhammer 40k, but this does apply to lots of other game systems like Bolt Action and Warhammer the Old World, where I've also been playing competitively there as well. And the first thing that I want to say is that I think tournaments are a really, really good thing. And I have found that I have made so many friends, had so many great experiences by playing tabletop games competitively. And I know some people are a little hesitant and a lot of people that are a bit skeptical, and tournament players have a little bit of a reputation, but I have found that playing at tournaments has only made my enjoyment of Warhammer 40k and other games go up. It's just a great opportunity to meet other people and to get loads of games in a concentrated space. And so I highly encourage anyone and everyone who is playing Warhammer 40k now to at least think about going to a tournament.
Attention guardsmen, the Commissariat has detected you have not yet liked this video. Do so immediately or else you will face the Emperor's wrath. And anyone who has not yet subscribed to the channel will be transferred to the penal battalions. That is all. Move out!
But let's say that you have made your mind up. You are definitely going to be taking part in a competitive event of some kind. Maybe it's a one-day RTT where you play 3 games on one day, and it might be a small event. Maybe there's sort of 20 or 30 people there. Maybe even less, could only be a dozen. That still counts. Or maybe you're going to a GT, a grand tournament, which takes place over 2 days, and you might be playing 5 or 6 games of 40k. It's a real slog, real battle of attrition, and you're going to be absolutely shattered by the end of it, but you're going to have played loads of 40k over your whole weekend. Regardless of the size of the event, I've found that going to your first tournament is a really, really nervous but also exciting thing. A lot of people go there because they don't know what to expect when they turn up. You know, sometimes you hear about really sweaty competitive play, sometimes you hear about people that are really try-harding it, or maybe you're just a bit worried because you've not played this level before and you think you know what you're doing, but you're just not sure, and you're a little bit worried, and you might not want to go there and feel like you just get smashed every single game and not have any fun. Now, to all of you guys that feel like that, and to anyone that is listening to this and is a little worried about going to the first tournament, this is my piece of advice. It's going to sound really simple, it's going to sound really obvious, but I want you to genuinely take this to heart. Don't worry about it. I know. Okay, well, I'll just stop worrying about it. But hear me out. Bear with me. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about your performance. Don't worry about if you win any games or if you lose all your games. Literally go in there with just no pressure and no expectations on yourself. Because the truth of the matter is that for most people who go to their first tournament, they do lose most of their games. They go. Some people do really well and they manage to go 2-1, or they just bring home 1 victory out of 3 on a one-day event. Or maybe you go to a grand tournament and you lose all 5 games. I went to the first 3 or 4 tours that I went to. I lost every single game. I lost about 10-15 competitive games of 40k in a row when I first started going to tournaments. It's a totally normal thing to happen. You're going into a competitive environment for the first time, and 40k has been played competitively for a long time at this point, and so there are plenty of new players. There's lots of fresh blood constantly coming into the scene, but there's also a lot of people that have been doing this for a long time. And even if you encounter someone that's just been to 1 tournament before, you'll probably find that that 1 tournament they have, that 1 bit of experience they have over you, makes a huge difference. But here's the thing. That's what tournaments do. Tournaments make you a better player. Because if you just play in your local friend group, if you just play with the same few people over and over again, if you just play down the club with your mates, then you're not being exposed to the rich and wide tapestry that is Warhammer 40k. A lot of people think that they know good combos. A lot of people think that they're playing their faction to the best of their ability. And don't get me wrong, they've done a great job, and they are putting the best list that they can put together with the knowledge they have available. But the thing that shocks a lot of people when they go to a tournament for the first time is just how powerful armies can be. You know, someone might turn up with 2 halves of the Leviathan box smashed together, maybe a Space Marine Combat Patrol combined with the Space Marine half Leviathan, and they've maybe put their favourite Primarch or favourite character in there, and think, yeah, you know, having Marnius Calgar, I don't know if he can lead this, I'm going to presume he can do, Marnius Calgar leading a bunch of Terminators, yeah, that's powerful, Calgar's powerful, Terminators are powerful, and they lay that down for the first time, and they just stick it out in the open, because at home this thing can tank everything, and then someone just comes along and just blows off the table in one turn. And it's like the scales fall from their eyes, the lies of the Jedi, they can see through them, and they realize that, you know, they're playing at one level, but the person that is opposite them is playing on a totally another level, and that can be very disheartening. And that's where a lot of these horror stories come from when you hear about tournaments. But this is where the advice comes in. This is the number one thing you want to have in your mind when you're going to your first tournament. You're going into that competitive scene for the first time. You almost want to have this literally at the back of your mind. It's like a little mantra that you just say to yourself after every game, whether you win it or whether you lose it. Just go in there and go, what did I learn? What was the experience? What can I take away from that game? You can lose every single game and come out of a tournament with a big grin on your face. In fact, I often advise people, you should almost go into a tournament expecting to lose every single game, but you should come away with much more knowledge than when you went in. That is the number one goal for your first tournament. Have an open mind. Be like the mighty sponge. Absorb the information. Because if you do that, you will come away with a really positive experience, and you will come away a much better player. It is the truth of Warhammer 40k. It's the truth of many tabletop games, and if we want to get a little deep, it is the truth of life, that often you learn more from your losses, you learn more from your defeats than you learn from your victories. And if you can absorb the information, if you can learn from it, then it will make you a significantly better player. And when you go to your next event, you will do a bit better, and your next event a bit better, because 40k is really, it's not a high skilled game. There are some players that can do absolute magic with the mechanics of the game, and they're on a different planet, let alone a different level. But for the vast majority of people who play this game, the way you get better at it is just through raw experience, just playing the game, and just that way you develop a really good gut instinct. You don't need to do all the math hammer. If you like that kind of stuff, go for it. But the way you get better at 40k is by being able to have a gut instinct, by being able to look at a situation and go, oh yeah, I've been here before. Last time I was here, X happened. So I know what to expect. Last time I shot at that unit, I got this result. So I know if it wasn't the result that I wanted, let's say I didn't do as much damage as I wanted, now I know when I shoot at this unit, I'm going to need not one of my Leman Russes, I'm going to need 2 of them to deal with the situation. And if you just have this attitude of just learning and absorbing and bringing it on board, then like I said, you'll come away with a positive experience. And I see so many people that go to tournaments and they have this open mind, and it just makes such a difference. And I see so many people that go in and they think they're like, I'm going to go to the tournament, I'm going to absolutely smash it. And then it just doesn't go the way that they want to, and it completely just disillusions them from the game, and they're just like, I'm never going to a tournament again. And that should not be the takeaway you have from your first event. Takeaway should be, what did I learn? Did I have a good time? Was there anything do I know more about the game now than I did before going in? That is the number one takeaway you want to have. Well, at least that's what I think. But of course, all of this is just like my opinion, man. Let me know what you think down in the comments section below. What was your first tournament experience like, and what was the number one thing that you learned from it? If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to smash that like button and also subscribe to never miss an episode. Would you like to know more? If so, then please consider becoming a channel member or patron. By supporting the channel, not only will you be doing your part, but you'll also be helping me create more content for your viewing pleasure and unlocking a whole host of perks. You get everything from a badge next to your name, custom emojis, but the big one is access to the Mordian Glory Discord server, an online community with almost 2,500 active members. It's always popping off in the MG Discord. We've got channels for army lists, hobbying, tactics, stories, and even a pretty spicy meme section as well. For all you greenhorns that wanted to see the Mordian Glory Hole, today is your lucky day. And joking aside, I do want to say a massive thank you to all of the current channel members and patrons. You guys are amazing, truly the lifeblood of the channel. I could not do Mordian Glory full time without the incredible and generous support of my members, so thank you guys so much. And last but certainly not least, I want to say a personal thank you to all of my top tier patrons. These are the War Masters, the people who have truly gone above and beyond the call of duty. So a heartfelt thank you to Alex Dengal, Bon Vert, Mad Larkin, Marcus Roberts, Mark Panconi, RJ Scorpion, Swordfish Trombone, Try Again Bragg, John Stubbs, Nick Walsh, Diesel Fox, and August Varney. Seriously guys, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Your support is incredible and it makes a huge difference. Thank you so much. That's all for now. Hope you've all enjoyed today's video, and of course, as always, see you guys next time.